You're watching Utah's #1 news channel. This is 2 News This Morning.
All right, it is time to talk to our relationship experts to see what we can improve in our lives, right, Amy?
That's right. We always get some good tips from these guys. Kristen and Alicia from the Healing Group join us, and we are talking about the family structure today. It comes in all shapes and sizes and becoming more and more common is something called blended family. So let's start. What is a blended family?
So a blended family is just kind of any combination of people, really. It could be a his, hers, and ours family. It could be a grandparent raising a grandchild. It could be aunts and uncles helping. It's just kind of this combination of family and how you are working together to create this.
Well, it's interesting. I talked to somebody the other day, and they were telling me that, I said, wow, you've had 8 children. I can't believe that. She says, well, some are his, some are mine, and some are some other people's. And I mean, they were just had this big family, and it was really cool how they made it all work. You have a few tips on how to make it all work, and we start by saying blending takes time.
It does take time. I mean, you can want it to all work out right away, but you have so many different personalities, and so if you give it that time, then it can blend.
It's sort of like, you know, when you're marinating something in the refrigerator and it tastes better if it sits for a while, let those juices blend together, just leave it alone, let it sit for a bit.
So if you're a newly blended family, don't expect it to work just right instantly, right?
Right.
Give it a little time and a little TLC maybe. All right, allow for differences in adjustment.
Yeah. So the couple, or whoever's the parent, they're in love, or the grandparents like gung-ho, but the kids aren't necessarily have that same gung-ho-ness, and so it's going to take some time and allow for the personality differences to let them get to know each other, get to know the family situation, how things work, things like that.
That makes sense. Everybody adjusts in different time frames, right? Another tip you brought for us is negotiation and compromise are 2 very important words.
Those are really important because you might, when you have blending, you have different traditions, you have different routines, and so what worked for your prior family or your prior situation may not work with the new structure, and so you might have to bend and negotiate and figure that out and compromise and not just hold to what you had.
Be willing to meet in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works with every relationship out there, doesn't it? Not just with blended families. Another good tip, have a united front. Stay away from disagreeing or undermining each other.
Oh yeah, this is a good one because oftentimes if you are coming in with a his and hers situation, then the kids might try and play you off of each other, play off things, and try and get you to disagree and be on their side and be in their camp.
Well, that's what worked for me as a kid, right? Well, Mom said I could do it. You take that to Dad, and he's like, "Really?" Yeah, no. Yeah. Try to be unified before you put out the rules, right? Okay, that makes sense. And finally, have the big picture in mind.
Yeah, when you're blending, I think you have the big vision, and you, again, can want that right away. And it can be discouraging if you're reading the day-to-day of, oh, this isn't working, or we're frustrated. Keep that big picture in mind so you don't get discouraged in just the day-to-day happenings.
You guys always have such great tips for us, not only on blended families, but so much more over there at the Healing Group. And we can hear you on the air as well, right? All right, Kristen and Alicia, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And we hope that those tips really help someone there at home. We've got much more coming up here on 2 News This Morning Weekend. Chef Aaron.